You share your home with an animal that survived for millions of years without you. It hunted alone, it slept alone, it needed nothing from anyone. And then one day, it walked through your door, sat on your lap, and purred. So now you have to ask yourself a question that most cat owners are a little afraid to answer. Does your cat actually love you? Or are you just warm, consistent, and reliably in charge of the food? The answer is stranger than you think, and it says something uncomfortable about what love actually is. Start with the biology. Cats are obligate carnivores. That means every system in their body is built for one thing: hunting and eating meat. Their eyes are tuned for detecting the tiny movements of prey. Their ears rotate like satellite dishes, catching sounds you cannot even hear. Their claws retract to stay sharp for the moment they are needed. Nothing in that body evolved to bond with you. Nothing in that evolutionary history required emotional attachment to a member of another species. And yet, here you both are. To understand how this happened, you have to go back about 10,000 years. That is when your ancestors stopped moving and started farming. Grain stores appeared. Grain stores attracted rodents. Rodents attracted wildcats. The cats who were slightly less terrified of humans got closer, got fed scraps, or at least tolerated. Their kittens were a little less skittish than their parents. And over generations, the least fearful cats slowly drifted into human settlements, not because anyone planned it, and not because they were bred for it, but because proximity to humans worked. Archaeologist Jean-Denis Vigne documented the earliest confirmed evidence of this in 2004, finding a cat buried alongside a human in Cyprus approximately 9,500 years ago. Not eaten, buried. That tells you something. But here is where it gets complicated. Unlike dogs, cats were never selectively bred for companionship. Dogs spent 15,000 years being shaped by humans, chosen for loyalty, obedience, the ability to read human emotions, and the desire to please. That selective pressure rewired the dog brain. A dog that bonds with a human has been bred to do exactly that. A cat that bonds with a human is doing something that was never specifically selected for. Which means when your cat chooses you, it is choosing you in a way that your dog biologically cannot. In 2019, researcher Kristyn Vitale at Oregon State University ran a study that shook a lot of assumptions. She used the strange situation test, a classic attachment behavior experiment originally developed to measure infant bonding with caregivers. She put cats in an unfamiliar room with their owner. Then the owner left. Then the owner came back. Vitale found that 65% of the cats showed secure attachment to their owners, calming down and exploring more freely when the owner returned. That same secure attachment rate matches what you find in human infants and in dogs. Your cat, the animal everyone jokes is indifferent to your existence, is attaching to you in the same way a child attaches to a parent. But what does attachment actually mean? That is the question that does not have a clean answer. Attachment is not the same as love. It can mean security, familiarity, reduced cortisol in the presence of a known individual. Whether there is something that feels like love behind it, something warm and chosen rather than just biochemical, is a question science cannot fully answer. Not for cats, not yet, and honestly, not entirely for humans either. What science can measure is behavior, and the behavior is interesting. Your cat slow blinks at you. That soft, half-closed blink is not accidental. Researcher McComb at the University of Sussex found that cats developed a repertoire of vocalizations specifically tuned to human responses. The slow blink in particular appears to be a cat-initiated signal of non-threat, of relaxed presence. McComb also found that cats embed a high-frequency cry inside their purr when they want something from you, specifically calibrated to trigger the same caregiving instinct humans feel toward infant cries. Your cat has learned how to speak to you, not in a language you taught it, in a language it developed because you were there and it was paying attention. Your cat also knows your face. Research published in 2015 by Moriah Galvin and Jennifer Wonk showed that cats look to their owner's face more than to strangers' faces when they are uncertain or stressed. They are using you as a reference point. When something is unfamiliar or threatening, they check your expression for information about how to respond. That is called social referencing. Your infant did the same thing. Your cat is reading your emotional state and calibrating its own behavior around it. None of this proves love in the way you might feel love for another person. But consider what you are actually asking when you ask whether your cat loves you. You are asking whether there is something it is like to be your cat, curled beside you in the morning. Whether there is some version of warmth happening in that small, ancient skull. Science cannot peer inside subjective experience. Not in cats, not in humans. What it can do is point at the behaviors, the vocalizations, the attachment patterns, the social referencing, the specific adjustments your cat has made for you and only you, and say, something is happening here that is not nothing. Think about what your cat does that it does not do with strangers. The greeting run when you come home, tail up, body angled toward you. A behavior researchers now recognize as a mammalian affiliative signal. The grooming, pressing its head against your hand, bunting its forehead against your chin. Cats head bunt members of their social group. You are in the group. The slow blink it gives you and no one else in the room. The way it chooses your lap over every other warm surface in the house. Now think about what love is. Not the romantic cinematic version, the quiet version. The version that shows up in small, repeated choices. The version that says, out of everything available to me, I choose to be near you. That is what your cat is doing every time it walks past 3 other chairs and sits on you. Could it be that the cat is just exploiting you? That all of this is calculated resource management dressed up in soft fur and a purr? Maybe. But consider this. In controlled studies, cats given a choice between food, scent, toys, and human interaction consistently rank human interaction as highly as food. Not every cat, not in every context, but enough cats, often enough, that the data will not let you dismiss it. Cats seek you out when they are not hungry. They wait by the door when they are not cold. They sit beside you when there is nothing in it for them except you. The real answer to whether your cat loves you is that the question was built on a false flaw. You assumed love was a human invention, a product of your particular kind of consciousness. But connection, attachment, the drive to return to a specific other is not uniquely human. It is ancient. It is woven into the nervous systems of social mammals going back millions of years. What cats did was take that ancient wire that was never built for you, and reroute it in your direction anyway. 10,000 years ago, a small, independent, perfectly self-sufficient predator decided that being near humans was worth something. It was not forced to. It was not bred into it. It drifted closer on its own terms. And it is still doing that. Every morning when your cat chooses your lap over the rest of the world, it is making the same choice that wild ancestor made beside the first grain store. Except now, it is making it for you specifically, by name, by scent, by the particular warmth that only you produce. You walked through your door this morning and a small ancient predator ran to meet you, tail up, purring before you even touched it. You thought nothing of it. But for 9,500 years, that cat has been choosing to come back.